All right. Sorry, David. My last appointment ran late. How are you?
I'm okay.
I know it's been a while since I've seen you. I used to see you and your parents for family therapy, and now you're here.
Yeah. An incident happened at work, so they suggested that I take some individual therapy classes.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't really feel like I should be here, but I'm just not really sure what to expect or what this is going to help, but I guess I can give it a shot.
Okay. Well, it's similar to our family therapy sessions. It's just, you're in a room. You're just here with me, and you're kind of talking about what's going on with you. And I think that from this point forward, we'll just kind of, have this first session, see how it goes. And then if you continue to come and you see that over time you're improving, then we can figure out other options for you. Maybe speak with your boss about, how your progress has been and if you do need to keep coming. Because is it mandatory for you to be here?
I wouldn't say they said it was mandatory, but it's a little implied kind of that I need to try and get some help for what's going on.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So yeah, well after these couple of sessions, we'll kind of go from there and see where to assess from there. So, but like I said before, just like the family therapy session, except it's individual. For this first session, I just kind of want to get a little bit of history about what's been going on at work and other things that you might want to talk with me about, and just kind of help you figure out what's going on, see how we can help you.
Okay.
I do want to tell you that everything that we say in here is going to be completely confidential, so hopefully that puts you a little more at ease. Only time I ever have to break that confidentiality is if you say you want to hurt someone else, yourself, or any children. I also would break that confidentiality with your approval if there was something that you told me I didn't have enough knowledge about and I wanted to share it with a colleague. Maybe they can help me figure out what is best for you. So, that sound okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great. So, David, why don't you kind of tell me about the incident that happened at work?
I get a little frustrated sometimes. I work at a call center, so it's being on the phone a lot during the day. Some customers that I communicate with can get a little angry and have a, a temper with me, so then I kind of have a short temper myself, so it's sometimes I let it out on them, which isn't very professional of me, I guess you would say, so that causes some issues. You're never supposed to get angry with the customers, but sometimes I just feel like I can't help it.
Mm-hmm. And how long ago did this incident occur?
Probably about a week or two, maybe.
Okay. All right. And what was the consequences of that incident?
I was given a warning that I needed to, I guess you could say, modify my behavior and the way I speak to the customers on the phone. Mm-hmm. And then they also suggested some of the therapy.
Okay. So what kind of brought up the feelings of anger in this incident?
I would say it's kind of the feeling of being stuck in a job that I don't really see a future at, but at the same time I don't really know what else I can do to progress or find another job, and it gets really frustrating for me.
Okay. How long have you been at this job at the call center?
Probably close to a year.
Okay. And how has it been thus far, other than the incident? Has it been going okay?
I mean, it goes fine, but it's just like a normal 9-to-5 job. There's not really a lot of room to advance or improve, so it just feels like you're doing the same thing with no end in sight, I guess.
Okay. Are you saying a lot about advancing and feeling like you can't, progress to another level? Why don't you talk to me a little bit more about that? What are some things that are holding you back?
I think the main thing would be education. I didn't go to school out of high school. I still live with my parents, and I just feel like I have a learning disability, so I feel like it kind of holds me back from wanting to take on the challenge of going to college, because I feel like I just don't process things or comprehend them like other people do.
Okay. And what are some things that you have been doing yourself to kind of get yourself well, I guess what are you trying to do to get to that point with your education? Have you been working towards anything?
Not really, honestly. I'm not really motivated to do it because I feel like there's no point. Like I feel like I wouldn't really be successful in my efforts, so I've just kind of been not doing anything, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think it's hopeless?
Sometimes it feels like it. I get to a point where I want to try it, but then I just end up telling myself that I wouldn't be able to do it because of my learning disability.
Okay. So are you saying that you're kind of uncertain about, what's going to happen with your future?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Going back to your anger, are there other things in your life that are kind of triggering these angry emotions?
Maybe living with my parents still.
Okay.
Being that I am 20 now, I feel like I should have already been out on my own or at least away from my parents. So, still living under their house with their rules. Sometimes it's a little overbearing. I feel like I don't really have my own freedom. It feels like I'm still like a kid again, like they're kind of dictating everything that I do. So that gets a little frustrating. And then, of course, the work issue, dealing with angry people on the phone on a daily basis, that really builds up sometimes.
Why do you feel that because you're 20, you feel like you should be at a different point in your life?
I just feel like because all my friends coming straight out of high school at 18, they went on to go to school and doing other things. Like they're in college now. Most of them have moved away to their college, so I don't really get to see them as much anymore, and it feels like I'm just kind of held back since I'm still here, still with my parents, not getting the education that I probably should be, and working at a job that I don't really see a future at.
Okay. All right. So I'm hearing a lot of, wanting to make some changes in your life. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, David, thinking more long term, what is your ultimate goal?
I want to eventually try and make the jump and apply for college and hopefully get accepted somewhere so I can try and get my bachelor's degree to hopefully move toward a job that I actually like and I can see a future at, where I can maybe advance and not just be stuck in a lower level position.
Okay. Great. So what do you see are the pros of getting into college and then succeeding? What are the pros to that? To making the change?
The pros are definitely getting an education nowadays. It's really hard to get a higher level job without the proper education. So definitely getting your degree is one of the major pros. And then I think being able to go to college, and if I could be successful at it, I think that would really build confidence, that showing that despite having the learning disability that I have, if I can push through and get a degree, I feel like that would make me I'd feel better about myself.
Okay. And what about that list that makes you think you can't do this?
I just, knowing that I struggled in high school with the coursework and my grades weren't really the best, I feel like trying to do it in college would be even more tough because it's a higher level, it's a bigger time commitment. You really have to motivate yourself, and I think I kind of struggle to do that sometimes. I get down on myself, and then it just makes me not even want to try.
Okay. David, from what I'm hearing, you've got a pretty big pro list, right?
Yeah.
And when you think about those cons, you see how small that list is. Does it kind of make you seem like your goals might be a little bit more achievable?
Yeah, I think they're definitely achievable. It's just more of trying to motivate myself and believe in myself, because I don't feel like a lot of people around me believe in me, so I kind of have to push myself, and if I can get to that level where I can push myself, I don't think I'll have to rely on other people as much.
And when you say other people don't really believe in you, who might those people be?
I mean, they don't really come out and say it, but I kind of feel like my parents maybe don't really think I'm applying myself that much, or I'm not trying as hard as I could be. And then, like, friends that have moved away and stuff, we don't really see each other anymore, so maybe they don't really believe in me either.
Okay.
So.
And have you talked to your parents and your peers about these thoughts that you're having?
Not really. I mean, I didn't really talk to my friends about it since they're away at school. I didn't really want to bother them with my problems, but my parents either. I don't want to bring it up and make them feel bad if I don't think they believe in me, so I don't really say anything about it.
Okay. Well, I think it's great that you've, taken an initiative this far. I mean, you're here, you're talking about the things that are going on and things that are holding you back. So I think that's a step in the right direction. Do you feel like you can make these changes that you want to make?
Yeah, I think if I have the right amount of help and guidance, I think I can make these changes. It's just trying to get the right mindset to move forward and really just take on my goals head on is the real issue.
Okay. So what do you want to get out of coming here for therapy?
I think being able to talk to someone about what I want to do will really help me kind of vent, and in the same time talking about it maybe gain confidence and actually being able to do it instead of just thinking about it. Maybe talking about it with a therapist can actually bring out the fears that I have about not accomplishing my goals and hopefully move me one step forward to actually taking action.
Okay. So at the beginning, you sounded a little apprehensive, is that correct?
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now after talking to me a little bit more?
I feel a little better. I feel like it's definitely something I can do if I just really put my mind to it. Yeah, I think talking with someone about it it puts it into perspective that I can do anything if I really set my mind to it.
Okay. David, what are some things that you're doing right now to help cope with anger?
Sometimes I really just like to sit and listen to my music. I think that's probably the best. If I have a tough day or something's on my mind, if I can just sit maybe by myself and just listen to music for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, it really kind of takes my mind off things and really cools me down, brings me back down to earth.
Okay. All right. That's good. Are there any other things that you're kind of looking into to maybe grasp the anger, targeting it and helping it a lot more?
Not really. I mean, I think coming to these therapy sessions was I wanted to help with the anger as well.
Okay.
Kind of talk to someone about it and maybe realize how I can get it under control and maintain it.
Okay. So, David, what I'm hearing you say is that you want to work on anger. You also want to gain a little bit more confidence in the ability that you can, strive for better goals in life, such as, getting an education. You also stated that you wanted to move out of your parents' house, kind of gain a little bit of independence. Is that about right?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing, David?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And obviously, after the education, work towards getting a better job for yourself.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, David, we're kind of closing in on our first session here. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we end?
No, I think that was it for today. Trying to just get all the details out and let you know what I'm kind of dealing with and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, like I said, these are how these sessions are going to go. As we move forward, next session we'll come up with a treatment plan for you. You've kind of told me what goals you want to work on. I think we've kind of mutually agreed upon a couple of things. There might be some things I want to add to it, but at the next session we can, talk more thoroughly about what we both have agreed upon and then kind of go from there. So, sound great?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming in today, David, and I really hope you find these sessions to be beneficial.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you.